advantage for Grand Valley State. More balanced minutes would be an advantage for the Lakers, trying to figure out a rotation, a substitution pattern. Only one Laker played more than 20 minutes in the win over Olivet. 13 Lakers played and 12 scored against the Olivet Comets. It'd be nice to settle into more of a rotation, but this early in the year, this might be a kind of a game that is good for a bunch of Grand Valley State Lakers to play in. And also dominate the paint. The Lakers should be bigger and stronger in these types of matchups. They outscored Olivet 54-10 in the paint on Friday. Players like Trevor Alexander, Ricky Carbajal, Chaz Rollins, Justin Greason need to exert their will, dominate the rebounding edge, and score in the post. So we're coming out now. Grace Bible comes out in their road uniforms, it's like blue and gold lettering and numbering and the blue and gold trim, as the Lakers in the white jerseys win the tip as Carbajal gets it back to Aaron Hayes. Lakers moving right to left. Our game time is right at 6:59 p.m. Presented by Earhart Construction, the official construction company of the Grand Valley Sports Network. Carbajal with it, over to Miles Miller on left wing. Three is up. Shot's no good, in and out. Ball knocked away. Still on the ground, and Miller gets it back near half court. I think Trevin Alexander got a hand on it, and the Lakers ended up with the second possession. Carbajal, right corner in front of the Grace Bible bench. Miller, left wing, dribbles up top, over to Reiskamp, to Hayes in the left corner now. Hayes drives, kicks it back to Carbajal. 13 on the shot clock. Alexander, cross-court pass to Hayes. Open for three. Shot's too strong. Alexander tries to tip it down to Carbajal, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Grace Bible basketball. 19:08 remaining. Just getting started here in Allendale. DJ Foster sitting courtside here for Grand Valley State and Grace Bible. Jared Bradford walking the ball up the floor, being guarded by Miles Miller. Bradford gets it across the timeline. Now dribbles to the right wing and hands it off to Rod Altidore, second leading scorer on this Grace Bible team. Altidore up top. Looks over to his right to Bradford. Back to Altidore, left side. Back to Bradford, top of the key. Three is up and good. Jared Bradford knocks down his 15th three-pointer of the year, leads the team in threes. As Aaron Hayes dribbles across, flips it over to Reiskamp, right side. Reiskamp dribbles all the way back. Grace Bible going a 2-3 zone here. And again, after playing two games, one on Friday, one on Saturday, this team's a little tired. They need to play a zone as Reiskamp's three from the right wing rims out. Rebounded by the Tigers. Bradford with it. Wants a screen from Bernard Smith, doesn't get it. There's going to be a hold on Miles Miller. That'll be the first foul of the ball game. First on Miller. 18:05 to play here in the first half. Grace Bible with a 3-0 lead. Grace Bible comes in 6-3 on the year. They've already played 9 ball games, including a regular season game at Division I Coastal Carolina. They fell 104-67 against the Chanticleers, but still got to play a very good Division I team that usually makes the NCAA tournament. Now on the offensive end, Altidore dribbles into the paint, dribbles the ball off his foot and out of bounds. Turnover, Grand Valley State ball as Hayes moves right to left. 2 minutes into this contest on a Monday night here inside the Fieldhouse Arena. As Reiskamp to Hayes. Hayes looks down low to Trevin Alexander. Trevin catches, goes up, and is fouled. I believe it's going to be on Grant Garrison. He's 6'6" freshman forward. It is. So Trevin Alexander will go to the free throw line. Around the year, he's shooting 75%. Alexander is averaging a double-double through the first 2 games against Quincy and Missouri St. Louis. Still at 9.7 points and 8 rebounds per game. As Trevin hits the first. Bizstream conquering the web one site at a time. First points of the game for the Lakers as Trevin hits both. 3-2, Grace Bible on top. And Lakers coming with a little full court pressure as Connor Crawford has the basketball. Trying to work up the floor on Luke Reiskamp. Picks up his dribble and they get it across on the pass to Bradford. Altidore with it, over to Bradford, and Aaron Hayes is going to be whistled for a foul. As Bradford went baseline and Hayes impeded his progress with the body. Sideline inbounds right around the free throw line extended for Crawford. And he gets it into Altidore near midcourt. Altidore right wing. over to Crawford. Crawford flips it back to Bradford. Bradford over to Bernard Smith. Smith, left wing, does not put it on the floor. He does not look like he wants to dribble, so Carbajal needs to pressure him a little bit there. The shot was up and partially blocked by Reiskamp on a jumper by Crawford. Reiskamp with it now on the other end. Goes up and scores off the glass. He got out in transition quickly after that block. Reiskamp got the ball back, went into traffic and scored. And it's 4-3 Grand Valley State. 16:52 remaining in the first half. Altidore trying to go backdoor. Can't get it to his teammate, and now they call a 5-second violation as Hayes pressures the defender into a 5-second call. It's a turnover on Grace Bible. And the basketball goes right back to Grand Valley State. Darren Kapuska checks in for Miles Miller. Kapuska, the 5'9" senior from Grand Rapids Northview. Hayes dribbling around near the top of the key, gets it over to Carbajal, left wing. Carbajal to Kapuska. DK over to Hayes on the other side. Trevin Alexander down to Luke Reiskamp. Right block, goes up and is fouled nearly at the three-point play. The foul was on Crawford. That'll be his first, team's second, and Luke Reiskamp, the team's leading free throw shooter, will go to the free throw line. Luke is 15 of 17 in the first 3 games. Last season he was 7th in the GLIAC and made free throws, and that's certainly the strongest point of Luke's game, is putting his head down, getting into the paint, and making more of his free throws than he misses. Although he misses that first one here, he'll have a second one coming. As Chaz Rollins looks like he's going to check in for the Lakers. Reiskamp connects on this one, which he does, so Chaz Rollins will enter. Chaz, the 6'7" senior forward from Cleveland, Ohio, comes in for Trevin Alexander. So Rollins will stay in with Carbajal down low. Reiskamp, Kapuska, and Hayes also in as the guards, going with the full court pressure. Grace Bible breaks it pretty easily. Garrison on the other end, he goes up and is fouled by Rollins. Grace Bible made, I think, 2 passes to break that press, and were able to get a quick shot attempt as Garrison drove right at Rollins and draws the foul. So Grant Garrison will be at the free throw line. He's just 2 for 4 at the stripe this year. First one's up and in. Grand Valley State University, educating students to shape their lives, their professions, and their societies. 5-4, Grand Valley State leads, 16-17 remaining. Second free throw is in and out, no good. Rollins with the rebound. Outlet pass to Aaron Hayes, who's going to slow things up a little bit coming up the court. Over to Carbajal. Carbajal to Kapuska in front of the Grace Bible bench. Okay, Grace Bible still in that zone. Looks like a 2-3 zone still. Rollins gets it, goes up, and is fouled by Bernard Smith. Rollins was along the baseline on the right side near the right block. Spun on Bernard Smith, went up and drew the foul. First foul on Smith. Both teams have been whistled for 3 fouls so far, as Rollins will have 2 free throw attempts. First one is in and out, no good. Chaz on the year, just under a 64% free throw shooter. 16:02 remaining in this one. The first half of this one, I should say. 4th straight home game for Grand Valley State. They'll play 3 more here at home in this season-long 7-game homestand, as Rollins' second free throw is also no good. We get out in transition, Crawford with it. Left wing, looking back up to Bradford. As Bradford looks across to Altidore, over in the right wing to Garrison. Garrison drives. Bradford now with it in the left corner in front of the Laker bench. Flips it back to Crawford for 3. That's good. Nice pass there from Bradford to Crawford. And it's 7-5 now. Grace Bible in front by a pair. We're nearing our first media timeout. 15:25 remaining. Kapuska fakes a 3 in the corner. Back to Hayes. Hayes drives, kicks it off to Rollins. He goes up and scores. Nice little, wasn't a pick and roll action, but a nice pass from Hayes to Rollins. Makes it 7-7, 15-12 remaining in the half. Bradford with it, trying to work on Kapuska. Over to Altidore, left wing in front of the Laker bench. The 3 is up, no good. Rollins the rebound. And Chaz threw a close outlet pass that nearly got stolen on its way to Kapuska. Said he was fouled by Rod Altidore, and that'll take us to our first media timeout. 14:58 remaining, tied up at 7. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
You're listening to GVSU basketball on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
14:58 to play, all tied up at 7 between Grand Valley State and Grace Bible on this Monday night here inside the Fieldhouse Arena in Allendale, Michigan. The Lakers looking to move to 4-0 on the year, as they have wins over Quincy, Missouri St. Louis, and Olivet thus far this early on in the season. Reiskamp with it. Sam McClendon checks in for the Lakers, the sophomore guard from Southfield. Checks in for Aaron Hayes as Carbajal had on the right wing and is going to be whistled for a travel. He tried to shuffle his, well, he did shuffle his feet. He tried to ball fake before driving into the paint and was whistled for the travel. 14:43 remaining. First turnover for the Lakers. Grace Bible has committed 3 in the early going here. Both teams have kicked the extra point as we're tied at 7-7. Crawford with it. Dribbles up to the top of the key over to Altidore. Altidore back to Crawford. Crawford to Bradford. Right wing fakes the 3, drives out to Altidore. He's going to put up the 3 from the left wing, and that's good. Rod Altidore, he's got 13 3-pointers now on the year, so he can shoot it at a pretty decent clip, 40%. As on the other end, Luke Reiskamp drives and is fouled by Bradford. Trevin Alexander's going to check back into the game for Ricky Carbajal. And Lucas McKayan, 6'9" senior center from Fremont, checks in for Bernard Smith. Reiskamp inbounds from just in front of Grace Bible's bench. Gets it into McClendon. Over to Kapuska, left wing. Alexander in the left corner. He's going to put up the 3. In and out, no good. Rollins gets the offensive rebound. Goes back up, over to Reiskamp actually. Luke misses his first shot, then catches it and goes right back up with it and makes the bucket. 10-9, Luke Reiskamp with his, now with 5 points. As it's 10-9 with 13:43 to play. Bradford, right wing, being defended by McClendon. Pass over to Crawford for a long 3, that's no good, and Rollins goes up and grabs the rebound one-handed. Kapuska out in transition, looking for McClendon on the left wing, and the ball goes out of bounds, so it'll stay Laker basketball, 25 on the shot clock. Sam McClendon had a really nice ball game against Olivet on Friday night, scoring a career-high 11 points and seemed to be wherever the ball was, whether it was going in, he was on defense, he was getting his hands on deflections, tip balls, steals, anything. Sam McClendon, a really nice game last Friday night. Reiskamp to McClendon on the right side. Again, Grace Bible staying in this zone, probably trying to preserve energy after playing again on Friday and Saturday nights. McClendon with it, he drives right into McKayan, shot is up, no good, and Trevin Alexander tips it up and in. So McClendon, a nice drive, and it brought the defense in, leaving Alexander pretty free to just tip the ball in. And it's an 11-10 Grand Valley State lead, 12:55 to play. Grace Bible, right side. It's Bradford with it. He's going to pull a step-back 3, and that's no good. Kapuska the rebound. DK out in transition to McClendon. Ball stolen by Altidore. Good defense there by Altidore to get back. Bradford's going to pull up for a 3. That shot rattles home off the front of the glass and in. Jared Bradford, the team's leading scorer at 12 points per game, hits that one. He already has 6. It's 13-11, Grace Bible leads. Oh, and Kapuska, great alley-oop pass to Rollins, who just laid it in. Rollins got in behind the defense on the 2-3 zone. Kapuska, perfect pass. And it brings the score back to a 13-13 deadlock. Just over 12 minutes remaining as Altador is fouled by, I don't know if it's on Kapuska or McClendon. It's going to be on McClendon. His first, team's 4th. A bunch of Lakers coming in now. Aaron Hayes checks back in. Justin Greason and Zach West check in for the first time. Greason, the 6'10 freshman center from Shelby Township, and Zach West, 6'5 freshman guard from Oswego, Illinois. So McClendon and Alexander stay on the floor. As now the ball nearly knocked out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball. Gabe Barrick, who just checked in for Grace Bible, took a pass from Matt Jensen, who also just checked in, and the ball hit the sideline out of bounds. So it is back to Grand Valley State. Under 12 minutes to play now, tied at 13. Aaron Hayes to West. West over to Alexander, left wing. Trevin's gonna put up the long 3, in and out, no good. He had a good look at it, and it looked like it was gonna be good, just rimmed in and out. Bradford, his 3. Left wing is up and good. Jared Bradford can really shoot it. As now he already has 9 points. It's 16-13. Grace Bible leads with 11:30 to play. McClendon over to Hayes. Hayes to Alexander, left wing. Over to West now on the left side as he came up behind Alexander. Cross-court pass to McClendon. McClendon to Hayes, thought about the 3. 3 on the clock, hands it off to Greason. Justin goes up and scores. He got good positioning in front of Lucas McKayan, and Greason took a nice feed from Hayes and got the bucket to go. 16-15, Grace Bible leads. Altador in the corner, 3 is up, shot is no good, and it comes down all the way to Trevin Alexander, who flips it back to Hayes, and the outlet pass goes out of bounds. Bradford with it now. He puts up the 3 in transition. That's no good. Alexander now out to Hayes. Hayes trying to move quickly, goes over to McClendon. Sam goes up and scores. 17-16 now. Lakers back on top after that frenetic back and forth pace for a few possessions. McClendon with his first points of the ball game after scoring a career-high 11 on Friday night against Olivet. Bradford with it. Over to Barrick. Barrick to Jensen, left wing. Jensen to McKayan, out to Bradford. Back to Jensen, 3 from the left wing, that's no good. Goes right to Trevin Alexander, I think that's his 5th rebound already. As McClendon to West. Right corner for 3, little too strong, rebounded weak side by Barrick. Under 10 minutes to play. I tell you what, this is not the pace Grace Bible wants to play. They have been sitting in a 2-3 zone these first 10 minutes with this back and forth fast break action. They do not want this. As Barrick drives in, his shot is no good. Then McKayan the rebound, that's blocked by Alexander. Lakers with the ball. Hayes in transition, goes up and scores from the left side with the right hand. And it's 19-16 as the Lakers get out in transition. 3-point lead for Grand Valley State. Hayes, his first 2 points. Alexander already with his 6th rebound. Altador, left wing. Wants a screen from McKayan. He gets it. Back to Bradford, open for 3, and that's good. Man, Jared Bradford, this kid can really shoot it. He's already got 12 points. That's right at his season average. And we're tied up at 19 apiece, 9 minutes remaining. McClendon, left wing, to West. West over to Hayes. Alexander, cross-court pass to McClendon. Sam drives, kicks it to Hayes. AJ fakes the 3. Back to McClendon. He'll put up the 3, and that is airballed out of bounds. It'll be Grace Bible basketball when we come back from this media timeout. Tied at 19 with 8:47 to play. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
It's football season in West Michigan, and at Fox Motors, we get fired up for football.
back inside the Fieldhouse Arena. DJ Foster here. If I were to tell you Grand Valley State was leading points in the paint 16-0, you'd probably think, oh, Grand Valley State's probably got a pretty good lead. Well, with 8:47 to play, we're tied at 19. Grace Bible has 18 points from three-point range, and they've made a free throw, and that's all they're scoring. They have not scored in the paint yet. They've decided to shoot 50% from three-point range, as they're 6 for 12 from downtown. But again, they've done all that, and the game is only tied, although Grand Valley State has scored 16 points in the paint, and they're only tied, 16-0. Again, the advantage of points in the paint for Grand Valley State. Jensen, top of the key, over to Barrick. Barrick, near the right wing, tries to cross over on Carbajal. He can't. Flips it over to Crawford, left corner. Crawford, left wing now, 6 on the shot clock. Jensen with it. Looks down to Adam Rayner, who's just in. He turns, shoots, and scores. Rayner, the 7-foot sophomore center from Olivet, gets his first shot to go in, and it's 21-19. He just checked in at that last media timeout. And it's a 21-19 lead. Ball is deflected out of bounds. Carbajal was trying to pass cross court to Miles Miller. 8:04 remaining here in the first half. 21-19. Grace Bible leads. And if you don't know much about Grace Bible, they're a small school from Grand Rapids in the National Christian College Athletic Association, NCCAA, as Carbajal's foul driving into the paint. They won 4 consecutive national championships at that level in 2009, 10, 11, and 12. And they've been to the NCCAA Final Four each of the last 2 years. So this is a good team, maybe relative to their level, but I mean, they know how to play the game. Miles Miller gets the inbounds pass over to Zach West. West dribbles up again. Grace Bible staying in this zone. Carbajal with it. He loses it, knocked away by Rayner, and stolen by Barrick. Barrick back to Caleb Anderson, who just checked in. Anderson over to Jensen, and they move the ball back around the perimeter to Barrick. Barrick gets a screen from Rayner. Now drives in, blocked by Rollins, and Rollins gets the rebound. And his pass a little too high for Ricky Carbajal as Rollins was trying to run the break and push the ball out on offense, and it goes out of bounds. 21-19, Grace Bible leads with 7:18 remaining. As Crawford into Anderson. Anderson has the ball pick pocket from Zach West. West goes up and is fouled. That was so quick. I mispronounced what I was trying to say. Caleb Anderson had his pocket picked by Zach West. West came out of nowhere just to steal it from right in front of Anderson, but just kind of came out of nowhere, and Zach West went down to the other end and was fouled on his way up, so he'll go to the free throw line. West has not been to the free throw line as a Grand Valley State Laker. He was an above 80% free throw shooter throughout his entire high school career, and he hits his first attempt there. PNC Bank for the Achiever in U. 7:09 remaining here in the first half. As West's second one is in and out, but Chaz Rollins gets the rebound offensively for the Lakers. Alexander with it, left wing, puts up the jumper right along the baseline, and that's good. 22-21, so the Chaz Rollins rebound, his 6th of the game, gets another possession for the Lakers, and they score and take a 1-point lead. Barrick over to Jensen. Jensen looks down low to Rayner. He goes up. Shot was blocked by Rollins again, but it goes out to Grace Bible. Shot clock did not reset. We're down to 12. Anderson to Rayner. Ball stolen by Alexander. Trevin leaves it for Miles Miller, trying to push it in transition before this zone defense of Grace Bible can get set. And Zach West's pass was tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Laker basketball as Luke Reiskamp checks back in, and Jawan Starks gets onto the floor, the 6'5 junior from Oswego, Illinois. Transfer from Kishwaukee Junior College. So it's Starks, Hayes, Reiskamp, Rollins, and Alexander. Starks with it on the right wing. Starks cross-court pass to Hayes. Hayes puts up the 3 from the right wing, no good. And Rollins was going to whistle for an over-the-back call. I think he went over the back of Connor Crawford, so that foul on Chaz, I believe, is his 2nd. It is his 2nd, team's 5th. So Chaz is going to come out. Ricky Carbajal is going to check in. As the Lakers, we've had two themes here so far. Grand Valley State on defense has been pressing full court, and Grace Bible has been playing 2-3 zone defense on their end. And that's almost a 5-second call. That was a really long break as Gabe Barrick gets it on the other end, and he goes up and is blocked by Alexander, and then the ball should be Laker basketball as Alexander hit it off of Jared Bradford and out of bounds. Good hustle there by Trevin Alexander to get back, even though Grace Bible broke the press pretty quickly. But the Lakers get the basketball back thanks to the second block of the game from Trevin Alexander. 6:07 remaining, 22-21. Grand Valley State leads by a point. Hayes to Reiskamp. Reiskamp over to Carbajal. Carbajal to Juwan Starks, who's going to dribble around and flip it back up to Hayes, top of the key. Hayes sees Alexander open down low, gets it to him. Trevin goes up with the right hand and scores. Alexander somehow got in between the zone defense where there was no one within a few feet of him. Established his position, got the ball and scored. 8 points for Alexander, 4 assists for Hayes here in the early going. 24-21 Laker lead, 5.5 to play. Altidore over to Jensen, left wing. Altidore gets it back to Jensen. 3 is up, shot is no good. Alexander another rebound. Outlet pass to Reiskamp, 3-on-1 break. Luke, nice pass to Aaron Hayes. He goes up from the left side and scores. And it's 26-21. Altidore on the other end goes up. Alexander knocks the ball out of bounds. I thought it was off of Altidore, but they're going to say off of Trevin Alexander, who is really excelling on the defensive end early on this season. Head coach Rick Wesley has reaped his praises in several media things we've done with Rick on the Rick Wesley radio show, which is usually tonight. Just saying how much Trevin is enjoying playing defense and really excelling on that end. And now his junior teammate, Luke Reiskamp, gets a steal defensively. Over to Aaron Hayes. Hayes drives, kicks it to Juwan Starks for 3. Little too strong, rebounded by Jensen. Jensen, his pass to Bradford was tipped out of bounds by Luke Reiskamp. And it'll be Grace Bible basketball when we come back from this media timeout. 4:52 to play. Grand Valley State 26, Grace Bible 21. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Listening to GVSU basketball on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
4:52 to play. Grand Valley State leads 26-21 over Grace Bible. TJ Foster here sitting courtside inside the Fieldhouse Arena as Altidore looks to get it in. And he does, but it's nearly stolen by Carbajal. Altidore gets it back. Drives in, goes up, shot is no good. Ball knocked away, Starks the rebound. Starks out to Hayes. Lakers trying to push, and Altidore commits a silly foul, knocking Hayes over as he drove on the left side of the court. The foul on Altidore is his second, team's 8th. Aaron Hayes will go to the free throw line. On the year, Hayes is 12 for 19, but he leads all Lakers in free throw attempts. AJ can really get to the free throw line as he hits the first free throw. Checking into the game is Grant Garrison, comes back into the game for the Tigers. Make sure you stay with us for the halftime report presented by Northwestern Mutual. Be joined by Grand Valley State head soccer coach Jeff Hostler. We'll talk about their Final Four berth, the 7th straight for Grand Valley State soccer. We'll talk with him at the half. 4:40 to play, 28-21. Bradford to Bernard Smith, nearly had the ball stolen. but he gets it over to Jensen as they break the full court pressure. Garrison with it, and the ball is kicked by Trevin Alexander high up into the air. It'll stay Grace Bible ball. They're going to inbound from the corner right where the baseline and the sideline intersect. That's a tough place to inbound from. That's where Connor Crawford is right now, but he gets it to Bernard Smith. They flip it all the way around the wing and back to Bradford. Bradford with a game-high 12 points. He's 4 for 6 from three-point range. As Garrison with it now. His three is up and good. Excuse me, that was Connor Crawford for three, 28-24. As Grace Bible has still not scored a point in the paint yet, with 4 minutes remaining in the half. I've never seen that before. Starks down to Carbajal. Reiskamp to Starks, top of the key for three. That's no good, rebounded by Alexander. Over to Reiskamp, Luke dribbles up. Over to Hayes. Hayes to Carbajal, Ricky drives. Leaves it for Reiskamp, left wing for three. That's in, Luke Reiskamp hits the triple. Luke's got 8 points, the Laker lead is up to 7. As Bradford drives on the other end and is fouled, I believe it'll be a shooting foul. He will go to the free throw line. As the foul was on Hayes, his second, team's 6th. As it looks like Kapuska and Greason are going to check back in for the Lakers. But Bradford at the line. Again, he's got 12 points, 4 for 6 from three-point range. As the first free throw is up and no good. So Grace Bible is just 1 for 3 from the free throw line, but 6 of 13 from three-point range. As Darren Kapuska and Justin Greason check back into the game. Second one is up and good. 31-25. Grand Valley State leads by 6. As the ball inbounded to Kapuska. Kapuska to Reiskamp, over to Carbajal, left wing. Carbajal to DK on the left side. Lakers still trying to get through that 2-3 zone. Greason with it, puts the shot up and scores. It wasn't pretty, kind of just flipped it up there, but it rattled off the rim and fell in, and it's 33-25 on the Justin Greason bucket. And the other, away from the ball, Bernard Smith commits a foul as he was posting up on Greason. And that'll be Laker basketball on the turnover by Smith. 3:10 remaining here in the first half. And the foul on Smith, his second, he will come out of the game. Checking in is Austin Jackson, 6'7" freshman forward from Kelloggsville. Again, 2-3 zone for Grace Bible. We haven't seen anything different. Starks with it, left wing. Cross-court pass to Kapuska, to Reiskamp, left side, three is up, no good. Ball knocked away, Starks with it. He puts the follow-up, no good. Reiskamp's gonna try and chase it down, and he gets knocked over. Ball comes out to Crawford on the other end. He puts up a shot, that's no good. Reiskamp gets this rebound. Back and forth action here, Reiskamp with it. Trying to move in transition to Kapuska. Back to Reiskamp. Starks left wing. Lakers gonna slow down a little bit. 2.5 minutes to play, 8-point Laker lead. Starks, three from the left wing, that's no good. Rebounded by Kapuska. Kapuska, Carbajal, over on the right side to Reiskamp. Kapuska's three is up, and that's it. DK for three. 36-25 Laker lead. They're up by 11 now with 2:13 to play. As that's Bradford comes off the screen. Fakes like he's gonna pull up for three, flips it back to Crawford, left wing, and Crawford hits the triple. 36-28, 1:55 to play. Lakers look like they're gonna have to shoot their way out of this zone. That was their first made three-pointer when Kapuska hit that one. Now they're 1 for 11 now. And on the other end, Reiskamp has called for an offensive charge. And a timeout here by Grace Bible head coach Gary Bailey. 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here. As Grand Valley State leads 36-28. 1:50 to play. Again, Grand Valley State just played at home on Friday night against Olivet, a 105-57 victory. They'll be at home again on Saturday afternoon against Salem International at 1 p.m. So coming out to that ball game after you've had your turkey and stuffing and tryptophan, once you've woken up from that Thanksgiving coma, Lakers and Salem International on 1 p.m. And the Lakers will be at home next weekend to start conference play. Ashland on Thursday night, Lake Erie on Saturday afternoon. Again, to begin conference play. And it will cap off the 7-game homestand to start off the season for the Lakers. Austin Jackson gets it across on the, as they break the press, back to Bradford. Bradford drives, goes up, and scores, but they're going to call a foul as he ran over. Who was that? I got screened by the ref. Darren Kapuska, I believe. And the Lakers will get the basketball back as Zach West checks in for Jawan Starks. 1:35 to play. The foul on Garrison was his second. I thought it was on Bradford. And now they're going to check something here. I think they're going to correct the foul. The foul, I believe, was on Bradford. If it was, it would be his second. On the scoreboard, Bradford's 14. The scoreboard says number 15 with the foul. So there's the correction there. So Jared Bradford with his second foul, not Grant Garrison with his second foul. So checking in for Bradford is Jordan Bilesma, 5'10" senior guard from Byron Center. 90 seconds left in this first half. Grand Valley State leads by 8, 36-28. Reiskamp, right wing, over to Zach West. West into Carbajal, over to Kapuska, left side for three, he hits! DK with back-to-back threes, extends the Laker lead out to 11 with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining here in this half. Marcus Chandler, right side, just checked into the ball game. Chandler, his pass was knocked out of bounds by Reiskamp. It'll stay Grace Bible ball with 1:05 remaining here in the first half of play tonight. Ball inbounded to Garrison. And as Garrison tried to get it down low to Chandler, Justin Greason reached around and committed the foul. That'll send Marcus Chandler to the free throw line. Chandler on the year has not been to the free throw line, so this will be his first free throw attempt in 10 games. And that one's no good. Greason nearly had the rebound, knocked away. And that's Garrison goes back up with it and scores off the glass. So they missed the free throw, still get 2 points out of it. 39-30 with 50 seconds remaining. West to Carbajal. Carbajal, he drives, goes, puts a shot up high off the glass and scores. 41-30, the Laker lead is back to 11. As Caleb Anderson with it. Now the ball stolen by Kapuska. Kapuska in transition, leaves it for Zach West. He goes up and scores. Nice pass there by Kapuska in transition. And the Lakers have their biggest lead of the game at 13 points with just 15 seconds remaining. Crawford with it near midcourt, running down the shot clock, being defended by Reiskamp. Pulls up for a jumper, that's good, but he left a lot of time, 5 seconds left. Lakers can still get something off. Kapuska with it to Carbajal. Ricky's gonna put up the three, tried to draw the foul, did not get it, but we will go to halftime with the Lakers leading 43-32. Coming back for the halftime report presented by Northwestern Mutual. Lakers lead by 11. You're listening to the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Ball on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
And welcome back into the halftime report presented by Northwestern Mutual. Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Lakers lead Grace Bible 43-32 at the half. Some interesting numbers from looking over the box score here in the from the first half of action. Grace Bible with that late layup in the final minute. That was the first points of the game they've scored inside the paint. Grand Valley State has a 24-2 edge in points in the paint, as 24 of Grace Bible's 32 points have come on three-pointers. They're 8 for 15 from downtown. The Lakers are on the other end. They've scored 24 of their 43 from inside the paint. They've also made 6 free throws. So these teams playing two completely contrasting styles right now. And the Lakers finally finding a little bit of rhythm late in the half from beyond the arc. They're really going to have to do that to get Grace Bible out of that 2-3 zone. First half numbers, the Lakers shot 53% from the field, just 3 for 15 from downtown. So Grace Bible was making the Lakers pay by playing that 2-3 zone. Grace Bible shooting 42% from the field, but 53% from three-point range. Again, 8 for 15 from beyond the arc. Two guys for Grace Bible really shooting the ball well. Jared Bradford is 4 for 6 from 3. He has 13 points. Connor Crawford has 11 points. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. For Grand Valley State, led in scoring, 8 points and 8 rebounds by Trevin Alexander, nearly a double-double in that first half. And Luke Reiskamp with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. And this first half highlight from Luke Reiskamp. Hayes to Carball, Ricky drives, moves up to Reiskamp, left wing for 3, that's in. Luke Reiskamp hits the triple. Luke's got 8 points, the Laker lead is up to 8 points for Reiskamp, 8 for Alexander, 6 for Aaron Hayes to go with 4 assists, and 6 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal for Darren Kapuska. DK's taken 2 threes, he's made both, and here's one of DK's first half highlights. Kapuska's 3 is up, and that's it! DK for 3, 36-25 Laker lead, they're up by 11 now. And they're up by 11 now, during that highlight, they're up by 11 now, 43-32 at halftime. That first half recap brought to you by Ruth's Chris Steakhouse inside the Amway Grand Plaza in downtown Grand Rapids. Make your reservation today at ruthschris.com. Coming back for the rest of this halftime report presented by Northwestern Mutual, I'm going to be joined by Grand Valley State head soccer coach Jeff Hostler. We're going to talk about their big Elite 8 victory for the Grand Valley State soccer team yesterday in Missouri as they head back to the Final Four for the 7th straight year. Coming back, that'll be right after this. Again, halftime score, Lakers 43, Tigers 32. You're listening to GVSU Basketball here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
or on the web at cardinalbuses.com.
You're listening to GVSU basketball on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Back here at halftime between Grand Valley State and Grace Bible, the Lakers lead 43-32. We're going to switch sports. We're going to go outside and talk to Grand Valley State head soccer coach Jeff Hostler, who joins me. Just basically got in from your flight about 5 minutes ago. Jeff, welcome back. Congratulations. Another Elite Eight victory. Your second in as many years. You guys head back to the Final Four. You got to be feeling pretty happy after getting back from that trip.
Yeah, I think all the girls, staff included, like to catch up on our rest, but we'll certainly welcome the fatigue for what comes with it. Really happy of our girls' efforts. Played two really good teams in that elite game, playing against one of the top programs in the country in a true road match. Found a way to get it done.
Yeah, you defeated Bellarmine in the Sweet 16, and then you had to face Central Missouri on their home field, which means a lot more than some people might imagine. And they were a top 10 team in the country, at least by the rankings, maybe even better than that. You're down 1-0 at halftime. You score a second half goal, and then nobody scores the rest of the way. You go to the always exciting, but it's got to be excruciating as a coach, the penalty kick round, and your goalie Emily Moresh saves the first three, and has to come up with, she comes up with three big saves early on, and then it's still tied 2-2 until the final kick, and Katie Woolley knocks it home. What was your mindset? What was going on there? How tough was that?
Bellarmine was a great team in the Sweet 16, the GVSU champions. Winning that game, put us on the right foot in a performance that really wasn't our best, and found a way to still win. And then, Central Missouri, you're right, that's a team that's probably better than number 8 in the country. It's a major advantage to sleep in your own beds, eat your own food, come out and play. And in that first half, we were staring right in the face of a 20-mile-an-hour wind in our face. So, they put the pressure on us. We survived it. Give a lot of credit to our back line. We blocked 7 shots in that first half. Their only goal came on the corner kick, and they're a good set-piece team. But to not concede a goal and to run a play with the conditions they were wet, as windy as it was, in their advantage. Emotionally, you found a way. Girls responded immediately in the second half, scoring 49 seconds into it. Great opportunity, great ball from Marty, great shot by Gavin Cotty, and then Jamon to follow. And from that point on, we really were the better team over 65 minutes. Unfortunate to not find a goal.
Sure.
Found a way to persevere. And you have a freshman that is between the pipes to step up and save that very first one. Really gives us a lot of confidence in Tracy McCoy to bury hers. And you can see the body language changing pretty quickly for our opponent. And the girls found ways to continue to capitalize and on to the Final Four.
Here with Grand Valley State head coach Jeff Hostler of the Lakers soccer team. Obviously, Andrea Strauss is a pretty common name when we bring up Laker legends of the recent memory. And Moresh did her best Strauss impression yesterday. I have to imagine that was a pretty fun ride home. Did you say anything to Moresh afterwards, after coming with those big saves?
Yeah, Em is no short of personality. So she kept her cool really well through the penalty kicks and even afterwards. But it's funny. Marty Corby was in the office today, and she was just saying, it's kind of Emily and the gang now moving forward after that type of performance. Kind of Hollywood status all the time.
Sure, absolutely.
So it's great for her because a lot of our season, for a good 6-week portion, she really isn't tested very often this year. And she found ways to still work really hard. We pushed her hard at training. She responded to it every day because she knew her moment would come, that we would need her to step up. And she stepped up in a big way both Friday and Sunday.
Last thing before I let you go, you play Western Washington in your national semifinal. The other one is Bridgeport and Columbus State. And for those out there, we talked about this earlier, you and I did. For those that don't know, there's been 5 teams this year that were ranked number 1 in the country. Those are 4 of the 5. So this is a pretty loaded Final Four, if there ever has been one. Just talk about Western Washington, what you're looking for from them next weekend.
Yeah, the cream has certainly rose in this Final Four. Western Washington, is very, very very similar to a West Coast style team. They stretch the game out. They've got great athletes, all very skilled players. And then this particular team possesses a lot of size. This might be the only opponent that we'll see. It will be the first opponent all season that we'll see that has equal or even better size across their roster. So that'll certainly present certain challenges for us. But they're very well coached. They were in the Final Four 2 years ago, so they have some experience. In that environment, they lost in double overtime to the national champion that year, West Florida. So they've got some kids with experience and a very talented team, a lot of pace. But our team is really tested on Sunday in particular with Central Missouri's forwards that are all very talented. So our back four got a lot of reps, and despite conceding a goal in each of the last 2 games, we're playing with a lot of confidence in the back. We conceded 2 goals over the last 7 weeks now. Yeah, so we've done a pretty good job defensively.
Grand Valley State head coach Jeff Hosser. The Lakers soccer team returns to the Final Four for the 7th consecutive year. It's your second, Jeff. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thanks, DJ.
Good luck next weekend. Jeff Hosser here. That halftime spotlight brought to you by Louis Locker Room, the official team shop of GVSU Athletics. For all your Laker apparel, visit GVSUteamshop.com. Coming back for the rest of the halftime report, Lakers lead 43-32. You're listening to the Grand Valley Sports Network. 48-35 now, 18-20 to play. Garrison, his pass nearly stolen by Reiskamp, but Crawford picks it up. Over to Altidore, right wing. Step back jumper, it's up. Shot is no good, ball knocked away, and Carbajal ends up with it. 4-on-2 break. Miller goes up, blocked from behind by Altidore, but it'll stay Laker basketball. Lakers will inbound as Reiskamp gets it in to Carbajal. Little short jumper is up and good. Carbajal has really good touch for a big guy. And he hits that one there, and it's 50-35. Lakers out to the 15-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. 17:45 remaining here in the second half. Crawford to Bradford. Over to Rayner. Rayner hands it off to Altidore, right wing. Altidore dribbles over, left wing, stops. Nice pass down low as Garrison goes up and was fouled, I believe, by Alexander. Garrison will go to the free throw line. Grace Bible was just 2 for 5 at the stripe in the first half. The foul is on Alexander, his first. We just received word. Grand Valley State volleyball team earned a bid into the NCAA postseason. They are the number 6 seed. They will head to Ferris State. Ferris State is the host of the Midwest Region Tournament next weekend, not this upcoming Thanksgiving weekend, but the following weekend. The Lakers will play Lewis, the number 3 seed, a team they've played many times over the years in the GLIAC GVSU crossover. So Grand Valley State volleyball, congratulations into the NCAA Midwest Region Tournament against the Lewis Flyers. Both free throws, Garrison, splits the free throws, 50-36, 17:25 remaining, as Hayes dribbles up the floor. Over to Reiskamp, left wing. And away from the ball. A foul on, I believe, it was on Jared Bradford, who must have blocked Hayes as he was coming through the paint. The foul on Bradford is his third. As Austin Jackson, the freshman forward, checks back in for Grace Bible. Carbajal to Hayes on the inbounds, back to Trevin Alexander. Over to West for 3, shot is no good. Alexander grabs the rebound. To Reiskamp, now Carbajal with it, gets in the paint, goes up and draws the foul on Adam Rayner. That is the 9th rebound for Trevin Alexander, and we have 17 minutes left in this one. He's looking for his 3rd game of at least 10 rebounds. Ricky Carbajal will go to the free throw line for the Lakers. That foul on Rayner is his second. Ricky's first free throw is up and good. 3 points, 3 assists for Carbajal so far in this one. Go in comfort, go in style, and go green. Go with Cardinal Buses. Ricky makes both. 52-36. As Altidore brings it across. Over to the right side to Bradford. Bradford to Rayner. They look down low. It's Austin Jackson turns, puts the ball up, rolls around the rim and in. So Austin Jackson, not the old Detroit Tigers center fielder, but he puts 2 more points on the board for Grace Bible. His first basket of the game. The foul is on Carbajal, and Jackson will go to the free throw line. On the year, Austin Jackson 13 for 20 at the free throw line. He swishes this one. 52-39, 16:51 remaining. Lakers lead as Aaron Hayes gets it across over to Luke Reiskamp. Reiskamp to Carbajal. Over to West. West to Hayes. Again, Grace Bible staying in this 2-3 zone. Every possession of the ball game thus far. Alexander with it. Looks cross court to Reiskamp. Reiskamp to West. West to Carbajal. Great ball movement by the Lakers as Carbajal finds Alexander along the baseline. Beautiful ball movement there by the Lakers, and it ends up in an easy bucket for Trevin Alexander. He has 12 points. He's going to be, he's nearing a double-double. He just needs 1 more rebound the rest of the way. And now a loose ball foul on Aaron Hayes, who knocked the ball away. And after he was going after the steal on the cross-court pass, he held onto the arm of Jared Bradford, and the foul will be on AJ, his third. Looks like Darren Kapuska is going to check in to the game for Hayes, as Ricky Carbajal also checked out, and Chaz Rollins came into the game for the Lakers. 16-12 remaining, 15-point Laker lead. As Altidore gets it in to Rayner. Right back to Altidore. Right wing to Connor Crawford. Crawford to Altidore, left side being defended by Kapuska. Altidore looking down to Jackson. Now Alexander nearly gets the steal. Right back to Altidore, who shoots and hits the three. So Alexander almost a great steal from behind, and ends up, basically, should get an assist on that, as Altidore now with 9 points, all 9 coming from three-point range. Alexander, right wing now to Kapuska. Lakers trying to move it around the perimeter here. West to Kapuska, top of the key. Alexander, right side. Lakers have an overload on this right wing. 8 on the clock. Rieskamp to West. West drives in. Kapuska was open. Now takes it. And head coach Rick Wesley will take a timeout here. And it should go to a full timeout. It will, and we will also take it. 15-23 remaining, 12-point Laker lead. You're listening to GVSU basketball here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
You'll need to have cash on hand for today's game, and PNC Bank can help with valuable tools like PNC Finder.
All right, so some freaky stuff.
Sports Network.
3 seconds left on the shot clock. The Lakers have to get the ball inbounds and get a shot up. Rieskamp to Alexander. They get a shot up. The ball is no good, and it is saved. Altidore throws it back, and it goes off of the leg of Trevin Alexander out of bounds. And it'll be Grace Bible basketball. 15 remaining, 15 minutes, 15 seconds, as Bradford dribbles the ball up the court. And over to Altidore on the right wing. Altidore puts up a long three. That's no good. Rollins the rebound. Out in transition to Kapuska. DK, oh, great pass. Tried to get it to Alexander. Alexander tripped over Crawford's feet. No foul called. Incidental contact, but either way, the ball goes back to Grace Bible. Now on the other end, Crawford's three is no good. Rollins another rebound. Kapuska with it. Leaves it for Zach West. Going to put up the three. He hits. Zach West knocks down the triple. I can see his brother Ryan West, one of the Laker quarterbacks, in the stands watching the game, and he got excited when Zach hit that three. So good to see brothers supporting each other here, Zach and Ryan West. On the other end, Altidore right wing. 15-point Laker lead. Rayner with it. He goes it in right at Alexander, goes up and scores. Rayner's a 7-footer. And he showed why there. Kapuska to West, three from the corner. Oh, in and out, it rolled around the rim, and Rayner gets the rebound. That would have been two in about 30 seconds. And now Bradford's going to be whistled for a travel on the other end, or double dribble, excuse me. 14:04 remaining, another media timeout here. Grand Valley State 57, Grace Bible 44. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. 57-44 Laker lead with 14:04 remaining. As Lakers have the basketball back, Sam McClendon left wing over to Zach West. To Kapuska near the corner. He's going to dribble up away from the Laker bench. McClendon now with it. McClendon cross-court pass to West. Ball was deflected by Bradford and stolen by Crawford. Crawford with it to Bradford on the left side. Bradford drives, loses it. Carbajal tries to save it before going out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Ricky Carbajal. As Jared Bradford, the first half leading scorer with 12 points. He now has 13. Trevin Alexander second in the game and scoring right now. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Ball is inbounded to Altidore. His three from the corner is up and good. And Rod Altidore now with 4 threes. Grace Bible has 11 triples so far. And it's 57-47. Again, 2-3 zone for the Tigers. It's Carbajal to Kapuska. Kapuska to Sam McClendon. And Sam shuffled his feet before driving into the paint. That'll be a treble. Giving the basketball back to Grace Bible. 13-17 remaining as Matt Jensen and Grant Garrison check back in for Grace Bible, as does Lucas McKayan. As they get the ball inbounded to Grant Garrison. A little full court pressure before that first pass, and now the Laker defense gets back. Bradford comes off a screen, now gets it back. Comes off another screen from McKayan, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Lucas McKayan as McClendon ran into the screen, and they said McKayan extended his leg on the screen. So that'll be a foul and a turnover on McKayan, giving the basketball back to the Lakers. A 10-point lead, 13 minutes to play. Sam McClendon over to Ricky Carbajal. Top of the key, back to McClendon, left wing, free throw line extended. Ball's reversed to Kapuska on the right wing. Carbajal to McClendon. Sam gets it to the left elbow, goes into the paint, stolen by Altidore. 2-on-1 break. Bradford with it, leaves it for Altidore, who was going to put up the layup, and Bradford traveled before putting up the alley-oop pass. He shuffled his feet, he took an extra step. LeBron James may get that call, but Jared Bradford, you are not, my friend. 12:35 remaining. 10-point Laker lead. As Kapuska into Aaron Hayes. Hayes dribbles up quickly, gets it to Kapuska. Back to Carbajal. West down to Drake Barr, who just checked in for his first action. Carbajal to Hayes. Hayes to West, left side. West to Kapuska. DK drives. Tries to feed a pass for Drake Barr, and it is stolen by Matt Jensen. Jensen dribbles up, left wing to Garrison. Garrison back to Jensen. As McKayan's cutting to the paint, he gets the feed from Jensen. Carbajal tried to take a charge, but will be called for the block instead. 12:04 remaining. As McKayan, that should be free throws for him, and it will be. Luke McKayan, 8 for 11 at the free throw line this year. Big guy, 6'9" from Fremont, averaging 5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. First free throw is no good. Country Dairy, the official milk of GVSU Athletics, one of our new sponsors here, Grand Valley State. McKayan's second free throw is no good. Ball knocked away and is going to be off the hands of Caleb Anderson. And it'll go back to Grand Valley State. West inbounds to Hayes. This is an 11-point game at halftime. Lakers have led by as many as 16. The advantage is 10. Hayes, right wing to West. West in the paint. His shot rolls around the rim, no good. He may have been fouled on the way up. Drake Barr, the offensive rebound. Drake goes back up. Shot is no good. May have been deflected on the way up. And Grace gets the ball back, and then Altidore, a careless pass, goes into and hits one of the cheerleaders sitting on the baseline. So that's 2 just bad passes by Grace Bible on fast break opportunities in the last couple of minutes. And a timeout now from head coach Gary Bailey for Grace Bible. It'll be a 30-second timeout, it looks like, so we will stay right here. Again, big thanks to to Jeff Hostler, the Grand Valley State head soccer coach, for joining me during the halftime report. The Laker soccer team is back into the Final Four. I just mentioned the Grand Valley State volleyball team earned another bid into the NCAA Midwest Region Tournament as the 6th seed. The team just found out about 20 minutes ago. And of course, I've been following the Laker football team defeated Ashland. That was last Saturday in Ashland, Ohio, a rematch from Halloween, where Ashland won on Halloween 45-31. The Lakers nearly flipped the script exactly, winning 45-28 this weekend. So Grand Valley State, the number 12 team in the country, will go to Big Rapids to take on Ferris State, the number 2 team in the country, and also undefeated, and look to see if they can give Ferris State their first loss, just as the Lakers did to Ashland last Saturday. So congratulations to head coach Matt Mitchell and the Laker football team on their first playoff victory, hopefully of many to come this season. Back to live action, a foul on Lucas McKyon as the Lakers got the ball into the half court. Second foul on McKyon. Both teams have been whistled for 4 fouls here in the second half. Kapuska along the baseline. Gets it into Hayes. Hayes, top of the key, into Carbajal. Carbajal drives, puts up a little hook shot, and scores over 2 defenders. McKyon was one of them. The big guy came over, and Altidore now brings the ball up for Grace Bible. 12-point Laker lead, 11:05 to play. As Altidore, top of the key, spins, right elbow, over to Anderson. His 3 is up, no good. Anderson gets his own rebound, though, and goes back up and is fouled. We'll see who it's on. It's going to be on Darren Kapuska, who came from behind to slap at the ball. So Caleb Anderson will go to the free throw line. Anderson looking for his first points of the ball game on the year, 6 of 8 at the charity stripe. First one is up and good. 59-48, Grand Valley State leads, 10:52 to play. Second free throw is also good. 59-49. 10:52 to play as Drake Barr gets the ball inbounded to Aaron Hayes. Grace Bible already back in their 2-3 zone. Hayes to Kapuska. Kapuska to West to Hayes on the round on the other end. They're going to reverse it back to DK. And Grace Bible has played zone for every possession here in this ballgame. Drake Barr with it. Tries to feed for Carbajal. A little too much mustard on it. Carbajal couldn't handle it, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Lakers. It'd be good for Grand Valley State to see a zone defense. In the first 3 games that we've called, I'm not sure I've mentioned once that a team was in a zone defense. Certainly not for a prolonged period of time. Again, Grace Bible has not been in anything other than a zone defense when they're able to get back and get set defensively. Left wing Jensen, down to Smith, and Smith bowls over Carbajal and commits the offensive foul. And that'll go right back to Grand Valley State on the turnover. Luke Reiskamp, Juwan Starks, Chaz Rollins all getting ready to check back into the game for the Lakers. They come in for Kapuska, Barr, and West. So Carbajal and Hayes stay on the floor for Grand Valley State. Reiskamp's going to get it into Aaron Hayes. That foul on Smith was his 3rd, team's 5th. Both teams been called for 5 fouls here in the second half. Carbajal, right elbow. Over to Reiskamp. Reiskamp to Hayes. Hayes into Carbajal. In the paint, now back to AJ. Over to Reiskamp, right wing. Starks in the corner. Cross-court pass to Hayes. AJ drives. His pass is not deflected. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on Grand Valley State. Grace Bible basketball when we come back. 9:57. Media timeout for you. 59-49. Grand Valley State on top. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Airline Construction values its partnership with Grand Valley State University.
All right, I got everything back under wraps here. We're
You're listening to GVSU Basketball on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
59-49, Lakers lead by 10, just under 10 minutes to play. As Grand Valley State comes back out. Again, a 10-point lead over Grace Bible. If you don't know anything about Grace Bible, they're a school here in Grand Rapids, Michigan from the National Christian College Athletic Association. Lakers have played them 5 times all time and won all 5 meetings. Grace Bible putting up a good fight here. On the other end, a long football pass to Grant Garrison. He gets the ball, goes up, and blocked out of bounds by Carbajal. It'll stay Grace Bible ball. Anyway, the Grace Bible Tigers have won 4 national championships in a row from 2009 to 2012. They've won 7 overall, all since 1995. A very good basketball program. Just a small school in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but they are a good team. 6-3 so far on the year as Carbajal commits a foul along the baseline after the ball was inbounded. Each of the last 2 years, Grace Bible has been to the NCCAA Final Four. That was both 2014 and 2015. So a lot of returners on this team as well. And again, they played Division I school in a regular season game. Coastal Carolina welcomed Grace Bible earlier in the year. Beat them pretty handily, but what would you expect? Just a very good opportunity for Grace Bible to even get that game as an opportunity to put on their schedule. Ball back in bounds. Grant Garrison's jumper from the free throw line is up and good. 59-51, 9.5 minutes to play. It was a 16-point lead. Grace Bible has chipped away and got it down to 8. Starks on the left wing, and before he can do anything with it, there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Bernard Smith. And that'll be his 4th. Team's 6th. As B.J. Van Loo will check in for the first time, 6'7" senior forward from Hudsonville. Aaron Hayes with it off the inbounds. Over to Starks on the right wing. Jawan's 3 is up and good. Jawan Starks from downtown. That kid can really shoot it. Jawan last year in college made 105 3-pointers when he was at Kishwaukee Junior College. Shot 52% from 3-point range. Just try going and doing that in a gym by yourself. That's pretty tough to do in game form. And Starks did it. Stop defensively here for the Lakers. They get the basketball back, and on the other end, Aaron Hayes is going to be whistled for a charge, or at least a player control foul, as Altidore took the bump and maybe took a little bit of a flop, but there was some contact. There'll be a foul on Hayes, and he will come back out of the game with his 4th foul. Darren Kapuska checks back in. 62-51, 8:49 to play. As it'll be Kapuska, Alexander, Starks, Rieskamp, and Rollins. As Altidore brings the ball up the floor. Altidore working on Starks, crosses over. Nice pass, down low. Ball knocked away by Alexander and stolen by Starks. Lakers trying to move quickly in transition. Rieskamp's 3 is up and in. DK hit him with a perfect pass. And Luke from the right wing for 3. And just like that, the lead is back out to 14. And in fact, Luke Rieskamp now with 14 points. Kapuska with 5 assists. And the Lakers trying to regain control of this one, and the ball is off Van Loo's hand, out of bounds. The Grand Valley State ball. Van Loo just wasn't ready for it. Bradford threw it to him, good pass, hit him right in the hands, went out of bounds. Rieskamp into Kapuska, we're nearing the 8-minute mark. 65-51. Rieskamp, right wing. Kapuska gets it to Alexander up top. Now Kapuska takes a handoff and they shift around. I don't know if they're trying to get anything to Starks on this right side. It looked like Rollins was trying to set a back pick. Alexander down low to Rollins. Rollins was held by Van Loo, but the ball was stolen by Jensen. Jensen back to Bradford, back to Jensen, left wing. Now they reverse the ball all the way around to the right wing with Crawford. 7:45 to play. Bradford, left wing, comes off the screen from Van Loo. Nearly loses his dribble. Good pressure there by Starks, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay. Grace Bible ball. Good job there by Jawan Starks getting after it defensively. 7.5 minutes to go, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Altidore with it. Already down to 6 now. Altidore step back 3 is up. That's going to be off to the right. Shot is no good. Starks gets a hand on it, and Rollins comes down with it. Now out to Starks, moving quickly. Starks to Reiskamp, left corner, fakes the three. Now he drives, goes up, scores, and is fouled. Luke Reiskamp in transition. Give the junior 16 points now with a chance to make it 17. And the Laker lead is at 67-51 with a little over 7 minutes remaining. Great play there by Reiskamp. As Starks found him moving quickly in transition. Reiskamp faked with the up fake, drove in, took the contact from Van Loo, and will head to the line. Luke's free throw off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by McKyon. McKyon out to Bradford. Altidore with it. Tries a crossover, Kapuska. Kapuska stays in front. Three-pointer from Crawford now on the right wing is up and good. When Altidore couldn't get by Kapuska, he flipped it over to Crawford, and Crawford hits. He now has 14 points. He's got 4 3-pointers. 3 different Grace Bible players have 4 3-pointers in this one. These guys can really shoot it from the outside. Alexander to Starks. Starks fakes the three from the right side. He's going to go through on the left wing now. Reiskamp to Starks, left baseline, jumpers up, and good. Jawan Starks hits the short jumper. 15-point lead now as Bradford gets it across. Bradford crossover, picks up his dribble, over to Altidore. Baseline jumper's up, no good. Rebounded by Alexander. Long outlet to Reiskamp. Luke catches it, goes up, under, and scores with the left hand. Luke Reiskamp, he knows how to score the basketball. That's what he's doing well here tonight. 18 points for the junior. Altidore drives on the other end and is going to be fouled, I believe, by Starks. Either way, Altidore is going to go to the free throw line. It is on Starks, his first, team 8th. So both teams in the single bonus with 6:05 remaining. 71-54, Altidore at the line. He has 12 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block shot. The first free throw is in and out, no good. Carbajal will check in for Rollins. Pepinos, see you after the game. Grand Rapids area's premier sports grill. Altidore's second free throw is good. So he splits the pair, 71-55, 6 minutes to play. Kapuska, top of the key to Carbajal. Cross-court pass to Starks. Starks to Kapuska, over to Reiskamp. Kapuska left wing now. Back to Starks, top of the key. Starks to Reiskamp, over to DK, left wing, he dribbles in, finds Starks in the corner. Back to Reiskamp, top of the key for 3, he hits! Luke Reiskamp really filling it up here in this second half. Give him 21 points. The Laker lead is out to 19 with 5.5 minutes to play. Crawford on the other end, his 3 is no good. Kapuska the rebound, long outlet to Carbajal. Ricky gets it, stops, goes up, and scores. The Lakers getting out in transition and pushing the tempo a little bit. And this Grace Bible team has already played 9 games this year, including games on Friday and Saturday night. You can tell the legs are getting a little heavy late in this one. Jensen, left wing, 3 is up, no good. Long rebound, it's knocked away. It'll go out of bounds. And it'll stay Grace Bible ball when we come back from our final media timeout. 4:56 to play at 76-55. Grand Valley State on top. You're listening to Laker basketball right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Back here inside the Fieldhouse Arena, Lakers lead 76-55. It's a 21-point lead, and right now, Luke Reiskamp has a game-high 21 points. Really filling it up here in the second half. 4 for 6 from three-point range, 8 for 11 from the field. Ball inbounded to Altidore. Him and Kapuska were battling for it in the backcourt. Now a backdoor cut to Bradford, blocked by Alexander and out of bounds. It'll stay Grace Bible ball, but a great block shot by Trevin Alexander. Grace Bible will keep possession here. Altidore, left wing, fakes the three. Now to Bradford. He's going to fake a long three and then is going to be fouled by Darren Kapuska. So Bradford will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Bradford at the stripe today is 1 for 2. He has 13 points. Again, 3 Grace Bible players with 4 3-pointers as Bradford makes that first free throw, excuse me. Rod Altidore's 4 for 8. Jared Bradford 4 for 6. Connor Crawford 4 for 8. 13, 13, and 14 points for that trio as Bradford hits the second free throw to give him a team-high 15 points. 76-57, 4:39 to play. Reiskamp to Starks, left wing. Dribbles up, now over to Kapuska. Kapuska to Reiskamp, left corner for 3. Shot's no good. Alexander the rebound. Trevin goes up and is fouled. Trevin Alexander now with 12 points, 11 rebounds, his second double-double here in just the first 4 games of the season, and he was only 1 point away from having 3 double-doubles at this point. Trevin will go to the free throw line as he was fouled by Gabe Barrick. Trevin's first free throw, no good. He was 2 for 2 before that one. No dribble, just takes a spin in his hand, puts it up, puts it in. We'll give Alexander 13 points to go along with 11 rebounds in his double-double. The juniors, Reiskamp and Alexander leading the way in scoring. Ricky Carbajal also in double figures with 10. Bradford to Altidore, left side. Altidore drives, puts up a tough running one-hander. Shot is no good, ball knocked away. Reiskamp with it. Out to Starks in transition. Jawan gets it, goes up, fouled, and he scores the bucket. Jawan Starks, he'll get the continuation as Bradford, who committed the fouls, pointing down to the floor, saying, I fouled him right here, but they gave Starks the continuation, and the bucket is up and good for Jawan Starks. Gives Starks 7 points off the bench. Free throws up, shot is no good. Reiskamp gets the loose ball rebound. Gives it to Kapuska. Kapuska to Starks, Jawan goes up. Oh, can't get the layup to go. There was a little contest there, but just couldn't finish it. Looked like Starks originally wanted to dunk it the way he took off, and then there was a defender there, so he tried to go up and over and just couldn't finish with the layup. 3-pointer by Altidore is no good. Reiskamp and Alexander fight over the rebound, and Starks ends up with it. Starks, left side, fakes the 3. Cross-court pass to Carbajal. Carbajal back to Kapuska. 3:28 remaining. Lakers lead by 22. 79-57 over Grace Bible. Carbajal to Starks, left corner for 3. Shot is no good. Alexander catches it one-handed on the rebound, gets his own rebound off a miss, and scores. Alexander caught the air ball. Starks was a little too strong with it, caught his own rebound, and then put it back up and in. As the ball knocked out of bounds, it is going to be Grand Valley State ball. Bradford dribbled it off his foot. It went off the referee's foot, back off of Bradford, and out of bounds. Turnover on Grace Bible. As Reiskamp will check out. Aaron Hayes checks back in, as does Justin Greason. Checks in for Trevin Alexander. So the 2 juniors, Alexander and Reiskamp, check out of the game. So it's Hayes, Kapuska, Greason, Carbajal, and Starks on the floor. Greason gets it in the paint, turns, goes up, shot is no good, rebounded by McKayan. McKayan, the outlet pass to Bilesma, out to Bradford, long 3, that's no good. And Greason comes down with the rebound. Greason out to Kapuska, we're under 3 minutes now. Kapuska to Starks, Jawan drives in and takes a bump to the side, and Jawan Starks is gonna go to the free throw line as that'll be a 2-shot double bonus with 2:43 to play. 2:43 to play in this one. Lakers lead 81-57. First free throw by Starks is good. 57 points is actually the total that both Missouri St. Louis and Olivet, the Lakers' last two opponents, scored against Grand Valley State, and that's where Grace Bible sits right now. As Starks makes both free throws, give him 9 points. As a backdoor pass for Grace Bible from Nick Staten goes out of bounds. He's trying to get Bilesma cutting to the hoop, and it goes out of bounds. Laker basketball. Hayes dribbles up over to Kapuska. Ball reversed around. Starks now near the left side. Gets it into Greason. Greason, tried to throw a high pass to Carbajal. It hit the bottom part of the backboard and is stolen by, who was that? That was Bilesma on the steal. Now Nick Staten puts up a three. That's no good. Greason gets the rebound. Justin Greason is every inch of 6'10". And he shows there getting his third rebound in just a couple of minutes of action here thus far. The Lakers are going to make a substitution timeout. Miles Miller, Sam McClendon, Zach West all into the game, as Darren Kapuska and Justin Greason will stay out on the floor. 2:02 remaining, 83-57. This one's pretty much under wraps as McClendon with it, 20 on the shot clock. Miller to Kapuska, up to West. West cross-court pass to McClendon. McClendon to Kapuska, left corner, Miller up for three. Shot is no good, West the rebound. West back out to Kapuska, and Lakers get a second possession. West left side, 1:38 to play. Miller trying to get it down to Greason, but they're double teaming him down there with this 2-3 zone. West, left corner, back to Kapuska. 14 on the clock, Lakers in no hurry, especially with that 26-point lead. West, left wing, wide open three, shot is no good. McKayan grabs the rebound for the Tigers. Bilesma with it now to Bradford. Bradford 8 feet beyond the arc and faked a three-pointer. And now an illegal screen offensively by Lucas McKayan. It's at least the second illegal screen he has set. But part of that is on Bradford. He didn't wait for McKayan to come set the screen before he went into the pick. So McKayan picks up his third foul. 70 seconds left in this one. Grand Valley State leads 83-57 over Grace Bible. We'll talk to head coach Rick Wesley right after this game here on the Uccello's postgame show. Harold Wiggins into the game for the Lakers, 6'3" junior guard from Benton Harbor. McClendon to Miles Miller. Miller drives in, out to West. West puts up the three. That shot's no good. Wiggins the rebound. Harold puts it back up. Shot is no good. Ball knocked away. Wiggins gets the rebound again. Out to McClendon. And the Lakers are going to hold on to the ball here for a little bit. They still have to at least put up a shot, as there's a 13-second differential between game and shot clock. Got 30 seconds left here in the ball game. Grand Valley State leading 83-57. Wiggins to Miller. Miller comes off a screen. And it's going to be a travel on Miles Miller. Maybe a double dribble. Miles looked like he was going to pass it to McClendon on the right side and tried to catch the ball before he threw it, tried to kind of stop it with his hand. And while he did that, he then picked it up on the other side, and it was called a travel. Under 10 seconds here to go as Gabe Barrick out to Staten. His shot's no good. That was Harold Wiggins with the rebound. Over to McClendon. That's going to do it. 83-57, the third straight opponent that the Lakers have held to 57 points. Grand Valley State gets the 26-point victory over Grace Bible. Come on back. We're going to talk to head coach Rick Wesley when he comes over here. We'll talk about this one as Grand Valley State gets the 83-57 victory over Grace Bible to move to 4-0 on the year